Aesop's Fable EP87, The Rabbit Who Calculated Energy. Scene 1, The Adventurous Rabbit's Challenge. In a peaceful meadow surrounded by tall trees and blooming flowers, there lived an energetic rabbit named Riley. Riley loved to hop, skip, and jump across the meadow, feeling the wind rush past his ears. One day, as Riley prepared for his usual hop across the meadow, he noticed something different. The meadow seemed larger than usual, and Riley began to wonder, how much energy do I need to jump all the way across this big meadow? Riley knew that if he didn't manage his energy well, he might get too tired before reaching the other side. He decided that he needed to calculate the energy required for his jumps to make sure he could reach the end of the meadow without running out of energy. Scene 2, Understanding Energy Use. Riley sat down and thought about how he used his energy when he jumped. He knew that every time he made a big jump, it took more energy than a small hop. Riley also knew that the more jumps he made, the more tired he would become. To start his calculations, Riley estimated that each big jump used 2 units of energy, while each small hop used 1 unit of energy. He also estimated that the meadow was about 50 jumps wide if he used big jumps, and about 100 hops wide if he used small hops. Riley realized that he needed to figure out the best way to cross the meadow using the least amount of energy. Scene 3, Calculating the Energy Required. Riley decided to calculate the total energy he would need for both options. Big jumps, 50 jumps times 2 units of energy per jump equals 100 units of energy. Small hops, 100 hops times 1 unit of energy per hop equals 100 units of energy. Riley noticed that both options required the same amount of energy, but big jumps would get him across the meadow faster. However, he also knew that big jumps could be tiring if done continuously. Riley decided to combine the two methods. He planned to start with big jumps to cover most of the distance quickly, then switch to small hops when he began to feel tired. By alternating between big jumps and small hops, Riley hoped to manage his energy better and reach the end of the meadow without getting exhausted. Scene 4, Crossing the Meadow. With his plan in place, Riley began his journey across the meadow. He started with a series of big jumps, covering a lot of ground quickly. After about 25 big jumps, Riley began to feel the strain and decided to switch to small hops. As Riley continued hopping, he noticed that his energy levels were holding up well. By switching between big jumps and small hops, Riley managed to conserve his energy and maintain a steady pace. Finally, Riley reached the end of the meadow, feeling tired but not exhausted. He was proud of himself for planning his energy use so carefully. As he rested under a shady tree, Riley thought about how his calculations had helped him cross the meadow efficiently. Later that day, Riley's friends, who had watched him from the edge of the meadow, came over to ask how he had managed to cross such a large field without getting too tired. "It's all about calculating and managing your energy," Riley explained. "By knowing how much energy each jump or hop would use, I was able to plan my journey and make sure I had enough energy to reach the end." His friends were impressed by Riley's clever thinking and decided to use his method the next time they needed to cross the meadow. Moral of the story: managing and calculating energy use is important for completing tasks efficiently. By understanding how much energy different activities require, we can plan our efforts wisely and achieve our goals without exhausting ourselves.